Good morning. Happy equinox. Happy equinox, folks. Happy autumnal equinox. September 22nd, 2024. I'm Larissa. My video diary. Good morning. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So last night, Omar and I went out to dinner at a new restaurant. It is both new to us and new to being a restaurant. It was okay. I had a really nice cocktail, I'll tell you that. The cocktail was well made. Um, and the food was good too. Food was good. Um, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Nice to try something new, right? Yeah. Yeah. So today I'm going to try something else new. We'll see if I have allergic reactions. I have sensitive skin. That's why I don't wear makeup. I used to wear makeup more often, but my skin, the older I get, the more sensitive it gets. And I've always had sensitive skin. I've always had really sensitive skin. Um, but like I said, the older I get, the more perimenopausal I am, creeping on menopausal. I go back and forth about it's like I'm having hot flashes, and there's other changes that I notice, but my period is still clockwork, so I'm still fertile. I'm still shooting eggs. Sometimes I shoot eggs more than once a month, and I know I definitely ovulated this month. I know I did. So, yeah. But the older I get, the more sensitive my skin gets. I had a crazy dream last night. I had a crazy dream the night before. I had a crazy dream last night. It's equinox I normally do. Like the time, this time, that's not unusual. It's not unusual to have crazy dreams at this time. It's not unusual. It happens all the time. Yeah, so I had some crazy dreams last night. First part of the dream, somebody um, watching somebody have a fight. I've had a similar dream like this recently. This person, though, somebody was getting in their face and it laid them out. I was like, whoa, in the dream. And everybody was like, stop. Everybody like stopped and stood back. I was like, whoa. It was like something that was um, normally out of character. And everybody's like, wow, look at that. And then I was, hi, T.
Yeah, buddy.
Birdie, go with Daddy. Close the door so he doesn't come back in here. So after this, like, I walk out of this building where this fight happened, right? And I'm sitting on a chair outside of this, wherever this building was. And it's on this narrow little street. Like, it looks like some, European little, like, cobblestone alley kind of thing. Big old stone building and with very old windows and um, old flower boxes and stuff and little shops up the side, right? So and there's like a church or something. I'm guessing it was. Anyway, there's a couple other tables and people are sitting out at these tables. And I'm sitting there at this table, like watching people go by, having a cup of coffee, right? It's time to drink from skulls. My skull has arrived. And this bishop comes out. And I know it's a bishop because of his hat and his outfit, his costume. And he sits down at this table that's like kind of like across from me, and I can see him. I'm watching him, and he's like having consultation. People are standing in line to come up and talk to him. And I'm just sitting there and I'm watching the people go by. I'm watching the people go by. And then a cardinal comes out of the building next door, says something to the bishop that's talking to the people that are standing in line to talk to him. It's not the Pope. It wasn't the Pope. These were it was definitely it was a bishop sitting at the table and a cardinal that came out. And then the cardinal comes up to me in his cardinal outfit, his cardinal costume, wearing his cardinal cross. I don't know what was aligned last night for the equinox. Be interesting. I should look those. I should look it up. I should look up the alignments for last night and see what the hell was going on. He comes up to me and he goes, "You better be careful what you're doing." And I said, "Oh." I said, "Look in the mirror." I said, "I use discernment." And he went, looked at me and was like, "Oh," he stomped off. And the guy that was the bishop, I recognized him. I've seen that person I've met before. It's an actual person. The cardinal, I don't know who he was. He wasn't somebody I recognized. And the bishop that was in the dream, I couldn't tell you what his name was or if he was even actually a bishop in real life. But the person, like, I recognized him. I recognized him. I've met my share of bishops. I have. Yes, I have. Yeah. And I woke up. Yeah, and I woke up. Yeah. Yeah. He was like threatening me. The cardinal was threatening me. They go after women like me. They do. They do. Women like me. Yeah, the way that they abuse women is different than the way that they abuse little boys, right? There is some amount of sexual abuse against little girls in the church, but it's way more. The sexual abuse is way more. The molestations and things are way more heavily concentrated among little boys, um, and that's historical. That's not just modern day. That's historical. The way women are abused within the Vatican structure is different. And it's not that it does not have a sexual component, but it is um, less frequently sexual relationship. When you hear about cases of sex between nuns and priests and things or whatever, that's that's usually stems from, consensual acts, right? Which is a different thing than what I'm talking about, the abuse of women. There is a psychological and spiritual abuse of women within the church, and it is a it stems from the switch and the change in mysticism, from like ancient mysticism, from phallus worship to yoni worship, right? And so it's not. Freud had it all wrong. It's not penis envy is not the issue. Yoni envy is the issue. And oh God, it's more than I can get into or want to get into in a YouTube video or a video diary that I'm going to put on YouTube, because I have a whole bunch of stuff that I've never put on YouTube, video diaries, right? Or that I have put other places, right? Yeah. No, the abuse of women is a different thing. It's an oppression and suppression, and like I said, mental and spiritual manipulation and abuse. When I was at the cathedral, they would use my, like I mentioned yesterday when I was talking about why I don't sing Christian music, and um what the priest said to me about coming in to sing, and I was permitted, I was permitted to sing during mass when I'd come in during the week because it was authentic prayer for me. But the manipulation of, well, the agreement was, oh, I'll go to confession, you know, if I get here in time, right, kind of thing. And I did most of the time, and then they would use my confession to manipulate me in community, right? Like, the priests that would say mass frequently would use my confession as part of the homily. And then, and that was a very exposing kind of thing, right? And it caused like there were people who like made rumors. There were women who were saying that I was having affairs with priests and stuff. It was awful. It was awful. Um, and then they would use those things to make comments in public to humiliate me. It was, you know, I just I will never go back to any religious institution. And they used to use for a while. I attended a Unitarian Universalist congregation. We were in Santa Rosa, and I joined that congregation for a while. I left that congregation when I finally understood the difference between Unitarianism and Trinitarianism, and realized that I was not a Unitarian. And um, then when I went back to church, they used the fact that I had gone to the Unitarian congregation as a means of humiliation and belittling, and it was just there's same similar kinds of abuses within the Unitarian Universalist congregations too. Oh my God, oh my God, those people are horrible. They're horrible to each other. Oh my God, that place, that faith, like you don't see it at first, like on face value. It's not until you sign the book and are in, right? Then they start the abuse and the isolation, right? The monopolization of your time and doing things outside of the group is then, you know, attacked. Oh, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad too. So I will never go back to any religious institution. And everybody always says, "Oh, come to my church. My church isn't like that." They're all like that. They're all like that. Everybody's just got their own flavor of abuse. And all of it's done in the name of, oh, being good enough for God. And I'm just like, and how does anybody know? And I'm not just even talking about Christians, I'm talking about everybody. What an arrogance to say that anybody knows the mind of God. I mean, you can have no bigger arrogance than to claim to know the mind of God, right? I've never ever claimed to know the mind of God. Never. And I never would. Anyway, yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Crazy dream. Brody yesterday. Brody was all full of himself. We went, we took him. He got to be gallery doggy yesterday. Oh my God, Brody had a little adventure. So, I went to the gallery to do a few things, and um, Omar came with me, and we brought Brody. And Brody was so good. He really likes going there. Now, when you say the word gallery, he's like, "Are we going right now?" He's funny. He's funny. He's funny. He likes being gallery dog. And then we took him for a little walk. I went down to the hardware store to get a couple small things, and Omar walked him on the leash, and we walked down the street and walked back up the street, and he's just like, he last time we walked down the street, he smelled a bunch of stuff. This time he smelled different stuff. He was sniffing every piece of gum stuck on the sidewalk. He's like, and then he looked up at me like, "Mummy, why is this on the ground?" Like, he was like, "Mummy, why are people dirty?" He was, the look on his face was so funny. And then he was smelling all the pee pee, and he was like, "Mummy, there is pee pee everywhere." It was he was so funny. He was so funny. Oh my gosh. Too funny. Too funny. And most of the time when he meets with doggies, he's real friendly. There was a doggie yesterday though. I was a little bit surprised and a little by it, because she's a friendly doggie. The doggie I'd met her before, and that's what I don't know if that's what the problem was, because she wanted pets. Although I've pet other dogs in front of him, I don't know what it is. I don't know what she said to him, or or what, but there was something that happened. And like he didn't want her sniffing his bum. He was like, "Stay away from my bum. Don't sniff my bum." And she kept trying to sniff his bum, and he was like, "No." And he snarled at her, and she was smaller dog and everything, and she was like, "Ooh." But I'm like, it's I reprimanded him. I said that wasn't nice. But there again, like I said, I don't know what she said to him or what he said to her. If he said, "No, you can't sniff my bum," I mean, if I told somebody, "No, you can't sniff my bum," and they continue to try to sniff my bum, I might growl at them too. But I don't know. But he's bigger, and I don't want him. I don't want anybody to be able to say, "Oh, he goes after little dogs," because he doesn't. He gets along with little dogs, right? And that's the first time I've ever seen him growl at another dog. It's the first time ever, ever. So I don't know what that was about. But he listened when I reprimanded him, when I said, "Oi." That's his, when he knows when I say "oi" that he's done bad, right? Like, he's like, he knows. If I say "oi," it's stop. Whatever it is you're doing, just stop it. Whatever it is, just stop and be still. He knows. You know, he was like, "Okay." And then we went back. But he was real funny. He feels all important. We get into the gallery. He needs to have lots of attention at first. He's like, "Look, I'm here. I'm here." It's like, you have to tell him, "Yes, Brody, you're being so good." It was so funny. Yeah. Funny boy. Funny, funny boy. He likes to stand up at the front window and just watch everybody go by. Goodness. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, when I woke up after my dream this morning, I had Jill Scott song stuck in my head. Oh, crazy, huh? You're here. I'm pleased. I really dig your company. Your style, your smile, your peace mentality. Lord have mercy on me. I was blind, now I can see what a king's supposed to be. Baby, I feel free. Come on and go with me. Let's take a long walk around the block after dark. Find a spot for us to spark conversation, verbal elation, stimulation. Share our situation, temptation, education, relaxation, elevation. Right? Your background, it ain't squeaky clean shit. Sometimes we all gotta swim upstream. You ain't no saint, we all a sinner. But you put your good foot down and make yourself a winner. It's a good song. I love her delivery. I love her delivery. I love the fact that she touts herself as a poet first and then a singer. And that really, really reads in her in her timbre and in her meter. Yeah. She's good. She's good. Miss Scott, I really, much respect. Much respect. Yes. Much respect. Mm, yep. I enjoy her musics. Yeah, she's one of the few, very, very few contemporary artists that I have respect for. One of the very, very few. Very, very few. She's very authentic and original. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, so like a couple weeks ago, there was this moth that was living in here, and then there's a spider that lives in here as well. And eventually, the moth ended up in the web of the spider, and the spider is one of those little ones. It's just a little one. It's just a little lady spider, big old legs, big old skinny string legs. Anyway, she caught the spider in her web, and she hung the spider, wrapped the spider up in the cocoon, and then she injected the spider with her venom, or injected the moth with the spider injected the moth with her venom after she wrapped the moth up in the cocoon, and then she sucked the insides of the moth out, and then she hung the husk. And the husk of the moth in the cocoon has been hanging on the wall now. And it's interesting because the spider's web is up higher, and when she made her moth soup, it was up higher in the web. And then when she was done with it, she dropped it down. She moved it down. So it's like hanging. It's like she tied some silk to it and then dropped a line. And it's hanging over there like I don't know, like a ghost or something, casting a little shadow on the wall. It's like a little decoration. I should take it down, huh? Oh, but after she ate her soup, her moth soup, and her belly got real big. She had a real big abdomen. Her abdomen's all small again now, so I see her up there right now. She's up at the top of her web, looking down actually at the husk. So she'll be trying to catch something again here soon. Yeah, I saw one of these little spiders the one time try go after a yellow jacket that happened to come in the house in the window because it used to be she used to have or one of her sisters used to have a web over in the other corner near the window, and I had the window open, and a yellow jacket came in, and it started to get stuck up in her web. Or no, it was flying around, it was bouncing around, that's what it was, and she jumped at it. That's right. I was blow drying my hair, and the spider jumped and grabbed the yellow jacket, and they fell to the floor. Well, the yellow jacket won because the yellow jacket was so much bigger than the spider, and ended up flying out the window a little like it's like ooh, and then the spider crawled back up the wall. I was like, wow, that was impressive. Those little spiders, they're impressive. They are. I usually leave their webs up, and you know, not unless there's like tons of them, then I'll knock them down. But if there's one or two spiders, I let them. I mean, I live in their living room, right? Anyway, yeah. And geez, that yellow jacket was bouncing around my face, and that spider took care of it. So that spider got my back. That spider's not going to let any yellow jackets get me in my face. She can live in the corner there. That's fine. Hmm. Throw a line. Ooh, that reminds me of that Patty. That Patty. What the hell's her name? Not Patty Smith. I love Patty Smith. Um, What the hell's her name? Patty Griffin. Ooh, Blake Griffin was in one of my dreams last night too. That reminds me, Blake Griffin. Oh, that was weird. Anyway, Blake Griffin, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're okay. Hope you've gotten over all of your sex scandals. Anyway, Patty Griffin. Patty Griffin. Love Throw a Line. That's a really good song. Let's tell a story of a tidal wave. We run out of luck. We run out of days. We run out of gas. 100 miles away from a station. There's a war and a plague, smoke and disaster, lions in a coliseum, screams of laughter, motherless children, a witness and a Bible. Is that Love Throws a Line? Yeah, that's Love. That's Love Throws a Line. Love, throw a line to you and me. Yeah, that's a really good song. That album, Useless Desires. Mm, that song, that album hits hard. I think that is the first country album um, That's the first country album I ever bought for myself. Yeah, Useless Desires. That's on Standing. It's a powerful song. Standing in the shadow of a hill. Yeah, I'm standing in the shadow of a hill. Feel the fear everywhere. Hope it don't get me killed. I'm standing in the shadow of a hill. Sister, brother, there's a fire on that hill, and it's burning like a lantern, making all this time stand still. Ooh, I'm standing. Yeah, it's a good song. Miss Patty Griffin. I've never seen her live. Never seen her live. I think I'd like to. I don't know. Maybe I would. Maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. Like I said, like live music, concerts, industry music really kind of disgusts me. But that album really moved me. That album really, really moved me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that album's almost 20 years old now. Or about 20, it's 20 years old now. I bought that. I bought that, what was it, in 2001? That came out in 2001? Anyway. Anyway. Oh no, it wasn't the first country album I bought. I was listening to the Cowboy Junkies, although I saw the Cowboy Junkies. They're excellent live. Cowboy Junkies. It's hard. I guess they're country. I don't know. They're Canadian. The time I saw them, the band that opened for them was so cheesy. So cheesy, wearing cheesy Western wear, and they were just a cheesy, cheesy band. Super cheesy. I mean, the Cowboy Junkies are very blues, very bluesy. I don't know. I guess they're Canadian country, right? Margot, I love her voice. Yeah, Cowboy Junkies, love them, love them. They do an interesting cover of Sweet Jane. Yeah. Two lives to fly, low and high. That's a good song. Lives to fly. Oh, everybody goes on about the Trinity sessions, and it's like, okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Lay It Down's a good album. Um, oh, it's the album with Black Eyed Man. Black Eyed Man, he took the blame for the poisoning of the well. They found his shoes by the pulley. They found his fingerprints all over the well. Black-eyed man, I'm warning you. People around here will not be soothed by a simple attitude. Yes, Your Honor, I do solemnly swear that I saw him that night, dancing barefoot, bathed in light, and reaching for every star in sight. Yes, I did go to him, but completely against my will. Yes, he did things to me, things of which I dream of still. Oh, the slide guitar in that is so good. Anyway, 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 today I usually like to do all the Be Nice to Larissa Day things on one day, but I wasn't able to do all the Be Nice to Larissa things in one day this time. So, we'll see. I have to split the day up. Be Nice to Larissa 2 days. Oh my god, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stand it. Ugh. I gotta be nice to myself 2 days. Ugh. Cheese. Cheese on rice. Cheese on pizza. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Drink my tea. Get showered and dressed. So I gotta go to the market today, I think. I don't know, maybe I'll go tomorrow. I'll probably go today. I'll probably go today because it's supposed to be hot tomorrow. And I'll go today. That way I can do my prep today that I need to do. Because I think I might want to bake some bread today. I think I might. Yeah. So we're going to have spaghetti squash tonight with a sweet pepper coulis sauce and sauteed mushrooms. Ooh, maybe I'll fry the mushrooms. I had fried stuff last night. I probably shouldn't fry anything. I'll do sauteed mushrooms and halloumi cheese. Oh, that sounds good. That does. That sounds good. I think that's what we'll have for dinner tonight. The biscotti squash. I do like that biscotti squash. I do. It's good with the butter. Everything's good with butter. Just about. Just about. Butter. Butter, 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 butter. Mm. In my solitude. Memories of days gone by. In my solitude. Of memories that never die. I sit in my chair, filled with despair, that no one could be so sad. With gloom everywhere, I sit and I stare. I know that I'll soon go mad in my solitude. I'm praying, dear Lord above, send back my love. I sit in my chair, filled with despair, that no one could be so sad. With gloom everywhere, I sit and I stare. I know that I'll soon go mad in my solitude. I'm praying, dear Lord above, send me back my love. Anyway. Some good stuff, huh? Yeah. Out on the plains, down in Santa Fe, I met a cowboy riding the range one day, and as he rode along, I heard him singing the most peculiar cowboy song. It was a ditty he learned in the city. Kamata-ay-ay-yay, kamata-yippee-ay-yay. Get along. Get hip, little doggy, get along. Better be on your way. Get along. Get hip, little doggy. Then he trucked it on down the old fairway, singing his cow-cow boogie in the strangest way. Kamata ay ay, kamata yippee ay. Singing his cowboy song, he's just too much. He's got a knockout western accent with a Harlem touch. That cat was raised on local weed. Jack's what you call a swing half-breed, singing his cow-cow boogie in the strangest way. Kamata ay ay ay, kamata yippee ay ay, kamata ay ay ay, kamata yippee ay ay. You should see the video for that, the original video. It's something to see. Yes, sir, right.